What's up, my guys? And welcome back. I'm your host, Cody. I hope everybody had a happy St. Patrick's Day this past weekend. Hope you stayed safe. Hey, shout out to Proper 12 Irish Whiskey. And look, y'all been giving it to me all week. I already know I look like Hornswoggle and Uncle Howdy had a baby. You've been calling me Uncle McHowdy on Twitter all week, so I'm taking this damn thing off. Now, welcome to the show. What we do here on the Wrasslin Report Card, I take a wrestling show, I break down each match, I give it a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up to give that show its own report card. So tonight, we're talking the March 20th edition of Monday Night Raw. And with us being on the road to WrestleMania, we had an action-packed episode tonight. I tell you what, we kicked the night off with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They're back together, reunited, and it feels so good. We find out who their WrestleMania opponent is. And then we got Bianca Belair and Asuka teaming up ahead of their matchup. And then we got Seth Rollins and Logan Paul face to face, throwing down. And then in the main event, you got the undisputed champ Roman Reigns and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes face to face, going at it on the mic. I tell you what, that was epic. So as y'all can tell, we got a lot to talk about, including Brood Edge is back. So without further ado, go and buckle up your seatbelts. And let's get to grading, my guy. We kick off Monday Night Raw with our two favorite Canadians. By God, it's Terrence and Phillip. Whoops, how did that get in there? Anyways, what I meant to say, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And we're reunited and it feels so good. Yeah, that's why I don't sing anymore. I lost my last YouTube channel doing that. Anyways, they came down to the ring. They hashed it out. And Sami looked over and said, KO, I guess that only leaves one thing, my guy. They started to look up at the WrestleMania sign. Then the tag team champs music hit. The Usos came down. Kevin Owens got on the mic and said, let's not waste any time. Y'all know what we meant when we looked up at that sign. Let's have it. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the undisputed tag team titles. Now, Jimmy Uso didn't accept, but Jay got on the mic and said, wait a minute, this is our chance to finally end the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn problem and put him in the dirt. So on behalf of his brother, Jay Uso accepted the challenge, but he said, hey, we don't have to wait till WrestleMania, my guy. We can do this right now. They slid up in the ring. We got a brawl going down. Just as KO and Sami were getting the upper hand, the big screen cut backstage, and pulling up, we got the WWE undisputed champ, Roman Reigns. And you know what that means. Business is about to pick up, my guy. Now, that was a great opening segment. I'm going to give it a B+. When is the last time we've had a WrestleMania tag team match with this much build-up going into it? Thank you, Triple H. But we got to keep moving on. Up next, we got our first match of the night. You got the United States champion, Austin Theory, in action as he's going up against Montez Ford. Now, after getting absolutely cooked on the mic 2 weeks ago by John Cena, Theory walked up on the Street Profits backstage last week. They were both laughing at him, so Theory challenged them both to singles matches. And in back-to-back weeks, that sumbitch hit the A down, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Theory got the 1-2-3, this time over Montez Ford, as he completed the clean sweep of the Street Profits, and he's looking pretty damn good heading into WrestleMania. That was a solid match right there. I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch, but again, it's action-packed. We gotta keep going on. We go backstage where Roman Reigns is with the Bloodline. Roman then ordered for everyone to leave him. Then he yelled, Jay, you can stay. Now remember, Roman hasn't seen Jey Uso since he left the Bloodline weeks ago when he walked out. So Roman asked him, what's going on, man? You've been gone for weeks. Nobody's seen you. Nobody's heard from you. Then you just pop back up and start making executive decisions for the Bloodline? I don't know about that, my guy. Well, we'll get more on that later, because next up, we got the 7'3", 416-pound Nigerian giant Omos heading down to the ring as he's set to take on Mustafa Ali. Poor guy. And it was over before you could even say retribution. I tell you what, Omos hit the world's tallest slam, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. He gets the 1-2-3, and next week, we will have the official weigh-in between Omos and Brock Lesnar for their match at WrestleMania. So for the squash match there, I'ma slap a C on that sumbitch, and we gotta keep moving on, because for the first time ever, next up, we got Impulsive TV from Logan Paul airing live on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. But anyways, Logan Paul then came down to the ring and let us know that unfortunately he won't have a guest on Impulsive TV tonight because he's stuck in lame-ass St. Louis, and if somebody showed up, they'd be out here quicker than the St. Louis Rams. I tell you what there. Anyways, he then turned his attention over to his WrestleMania opponent, Seth freaking Rollins. Paul then started having the boys up in the replay truck show the replay of him knocking out Seth 2 weeks ago over and over and over. Then, as he was still flapping his gums, he started to have mic issues. So we switched mics, but up on the big screen, we see that Seth is back in the control room. So he started playing his own music, and then this crazy sumbitch started dancing his way all the way down to the ring to a deafening chorus from this St. Louis crowd. I mean, again, is this guy over or what? Now, as the crowd continued to sing, before Logan Paul knew what was going on, Seth Rollins took that sumbitch down, and by God, we got an all-out brawl breaking out ringside, so security ran out, tried breaking them up. However, next thing you know, in a cheetah print suit, I'm talking head to toe, Seth Rollins then climbed the ropes, hit the skies, laying out multiple security guards, but as soon as he hit his feet, he turned straight into a massive right hand, and for the second time now, Logan Paul has knocked out Seth Rollins on live TV. That was entertaining. That was great. I can't wait for that matchup. I'ma slap an A- on that sumbitch. And nobody, I mean nobody, likes Logan Paul. Speaking of people nobody like, up next, we got the sack of shit excuse for a human being, ex-con Dom Mysterio in action as he's going up against Johnny Wrestling. So Gargano came into this match with his ribs taped up due to that attack last week at his own house by Grayson Waller on NXT, and that definitely was a factor throughout this match, especially after Dom ripped those protective bandages off of Gargano's ribs. Now Johnny kept hanging out in there, and after the break, business really started picking up, my guy. Gargano hit back-to-back suplexes, a spear and a super kick, but even all of that wasn't enough to put Dirty Dom away. Dom then went for the 619. Gargano avoided, landed another super kick. Once again, Dom kicked out. Then the two started trading shots all over the ring, but as Gargano went up for a superplex, those ribs came into play once again. Dom overpowered him, sending him crashing down to the mat, and then Dom followed that with a frog splash right onto those hurt ribs, giving Dom the 1, 2, 3. Then after the match, that little sumbitch got on the mic and said, "Ray, Pops, since you don't want to accept my WrestleMania challenge, I think I got a way to convince you. Maybe I'll go ask Mom for permission to fight you, and you can show up to the house if you got the balls, unless they're still in Mom's purse." Oh, did Dom Mysterio just clown his own mama? I don't know what the hell's going on. Somebody go get Wilmer Valderrama to come in and make sense out of all this, damn it. But hey, for that match right there, I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch. And I think it's time we gotta admit, Dom Mysterio is must-see TV right now, I tell you what. But up next, we got Edge up on the big screen, and I'm just gonna say it, at WrestleMania, inside Hell in a Cell, Brood Edge, that's right, from the Attitude Era, Brood Edge called out Demon Finn Balor into their match, and you already know, just the entrances alone are gonna be epic, my guy, and I cannot wait for that. For that announcement right there, I gotta slap an A on that sumbitch. What y'all want me to do? Well, we gotta keep it pushing. We go over to the women's division, and after her little boy toy got his little victory, Rhea Ripley came out, and ahead of the WrestleMania showdown, Rhea said, "Look, Charlotte, I know you don't respect me. I know you never will, but that's fine. You don't have to respect me, but you will fear me. And when I'm holding that championship above your head, your insecurities will be truths, and once again, Charlotte Flair will be irrelevant." Then as she's wrapping up, Damage Control's music hit, and out came Bayley, and I'll be damned if next up, it ain't Bayley taking on Rhea Ripley. But first, for that promo, I'ma slap a B- on that sumbitch, but we gotta go, because we go straight into the action. And I bet Bayley wish she would have stayed in the back, because Rhea Ripley was straight whooping that ass. But of course, Damage Control started getting involved, giving Bayley the upper hand pedal. Right before the break, out came Lita, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch to even the odds. Then after the break, Bayley stayed in full control as she hit back-to-back Bayley to bellies, and then a huge running knee. Then as Rhea started to gather a little momentum, once again, Damage Control got involved, but this time overran Becky, Trish, and Lita, and we got an all-out brawl going on as Becky was chasing Bayley down. Bayley escaped back in the ring, but that wasn't her best idea. She walked straight into a massive headbutt from Rhea, who followed that up with a riptide, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Rhea gets the 1, 2, 3 and keeps that momentum rolling into WrestleMania for that showdown with Charlotte Flair. Well, next up, we go back over to the men's division as we got Chad Gable taking on Ricochet. Now, with a distracted Otis, Gable looks to get it on with Ricochet going into this. And I mean, what did y'all expect? These are arguably two of the best in-ring workers in the WWE. And I'm glad that tonight they actually got a little bit of time to show that off. Now, you had running shooting star press, cliffhanger DDT, dragon suplex. And as these two were putting on a 5-star, I mean, A+ banger, down came that Jezebel Maxine Dupree. As Gable was distracted watching her lure his #1 guy Otis away, he tried to jump back in, go for the chaos theory, but that little half-second cost him. Ricochet was able to lay Gable out, then he went up the ropes, hit that beautiful press, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Ricochet picks up the 1-2-3 and a big win for him, and I'ma slap an A on that sumbitch, even though my guy Chad Gable lost, but that's okay. Now we jump back over to the women's division. We got Bianca Belair teaming up with Asuka as they look to continue their annoying little romance that they've had going on ahead of their match at WrestleMania. But tonight, we saw one of the coolest moments on live TV as we saw Bianca Belair, KOD, Piper Niven. I tell you what, it had not only me, but that entire St. Louis crowd on their feet. Now, I have been clamoring for Asuka and Bianca to start throwing down, but right after that giant moment, I don't think was the time. Like, they should have pulled the trigger on this weeks ago. But hey, I'm not going to complain too much. I'm still going to slap a B on that sumbitch because that was awesome. That was the best part of the rivalry right there. Well, that's enough of the talk because it's time for the main event. After giving the Usos the night off, Roman Reigns headed down to the ring with my guy Solo and the wise man, Paul Heyman. After 47 minutes, the champ finally made it into the ring, but right as he told the crowd to acknowledge me, you hear the heartbeat, and out came the Tribal Chief's WrestleMania opponent, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. As Cody was talking, Paul Heyman stepped up, but Cody goes, "Hey, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him." He then starts to address Roman. So Roman got on the mic and said, "Cody, all you ever do is run away. You didn't like the annoying little Stardust gimmick. You ran away. Tried to go start a little company with your friends that you couldn't even get over with. Ooh. Then you ran away. Came back here. Then what? Your little peck popped. Hey, I tell you what. Roman was serving him, my guy. But then Cody got back on the mic and said, "If I hear my dad's name brought up one more time, I am going to vomit." And then he said, "Roman, it's going to be you that's going to go through all this after I whoop that ass at WrestleMania. Jey Uso's going to leave you. Jimmy's going to leave you. Solo's going to leave you. And then Paul is going to go back to being an advocate." So this was weird. Cody shut the champ up. Roman Reigns went to talk and then just walked out of the ring. But as Solo went to follow, Cody Rhodes goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, Solo, you are not ready." And then Solo got back in the ring, tried to hit Cody, but Cody hit him with a super kick. Then his Solo really started getting fired up. Roman came up, grabbed Solo and said, "Not tonight. He fights on our time because I'm the champ and I'm that guy." Yeah, that was great. I don't know what y'all want me to say. I'ma slap an A on that sumbitch. What a main event right there. Woo! I'm tired of talking. We got WrestleMania coming up, and y'all know what part of the show it is. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B+. That's right, at 88%. That's what I'm talking about right there. A week ahead of the Go Home episode of Raw, and we had banger after banger after banger. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you once again to OG Bobby Knifehawk for the music. Thank you to all 12 of y'all that are still watching. If you haven't already, man, subscribe to the channel. It won't hurt you. I might start doing some giveaways here soon. But other than that, y'all know what the drill is. I'm your host, Cody. I'm signing off. All y'all stay safe and have a nice day.